My F24 husband, M33, doesn't want me to leave him. I left my husband and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm not imagining how unhappy I was before. But he insists we can fix it. I want us to live together as a happy family, but I don't trust him to follow through. I wanted to post here to get an outsider's perspective. Going to call my husband Dave. I was doing the triple burden, working, doing housework, handing childcare and anything else child-related. I'm responsible for buying kids' clothes, arranging playdates, DRS appointments, school events. Dave doesn't do any of these. He says I'm better at it. He also finds ways to belittle me in front of other people. He says he doesn't mean to and it's just a cultural difference, but my friends and family all find it uncomfortable. I dread going out with him with others as he'll find a way to embarrass me. Before Christmas, Dave lost a big contract, so has been out of work and not really doing anything. I think he's actually been depressed as it's very important to him to provide for his family. But he won't go a doctor or talk to anyone. I've been trying to push him to get a job in a shop to earn literally any money, but he refuses as I'm nagging him about it. Meanwhile, I changed jobs and went full-time for the first time in 5 years. Partly for more money, partly for career advancement. The only issue with my new job is they don't believe in set schedules, so my working days, hours are all over the place. Sometimes I'm home as late as 10 p.m. I know the hours suck, but it's a one-year contract for an incredibly good company and I want to use it as a stepping stone for a better job. I thought with him out of work and me working all the time, he might step up, but I'd come home and the plates would still be in the sink. I started getting really angry and resentful that I was having to work so hard at all angles to keep our family afloat. If I asked him to do any housework, he'd forget and say it's not a big deal. It only takes 5 minutes. And I'd say, yeah, that's 5 minutes in your 8 hours of nothing, or 5 minutes after my 10-hour workday. I tried to leave at Christmas, but after some very long talks, Dave agreed to step up around the house. He started doing a bit of laundry and a bit of washing up. He also ran out of money, so I had to take out a large loan to cover bills. I've been paying for everything for the last 34 months. I approached a charity and told them everything and they agreed to help me. They paid the deposit and first month's rent for a flat and I left last week. Since then, Dave has been devastated. He says he doesn't want to be without me. He misses me. He wants a future with me. He wants to fix this. I feel lighter than I have in a while. I am actually excited about the new place and a fresh start. But I also feel really guilty that he's so upset. I feel like I'm betraying him. I'm torn. Do I ask him to move with me and trust that a fresh start will be better? Can we get past all this damage? Or do I stay by myself and leave him suffering? Someone else being upset doesn't mean you did something wrong. Just that it wasn't what they wanted you to do. If he could have changed at any time and chose not to, then he chose your misery. He didn't care about your feelings until they motivated you to leave. I suspect he still does not care how his choices affected you, and is currently only concerned with how the consequences are affecting him. This man is not your child. You don't owe him a soft landing. You're 24. Babying a grown-ass 33-year-old man. If he can't even get a job for himself, let alone for his hard-working girlfriend who pays all the bills. I could never allow this to happen. Then he is lost, and needs to be left alone. I've been in situations where I needed a job that day, to pay bills due that week. I have called up job agencies and started work on the same day. There is no excuses. You could marry a broken Roomba and it'd be a better husband than this awful jerk. You're only 24. What do you want your future to look like? What do you want your life to be like? Make choices that future you will appreciate. He probably won't change. If you feel freer and happier without him, I think you have your answer for what to do here. He's playing up his suffering to guilt you into coming back. You made the right choice to leave. He used weaponized incompetence to dump everything at your feet. Has anything really changed? Has he gotten a job? Is he contributing to the care of his kids? Does he care about your feelings, or is everything still about how it affects him? Is your family glad you are getting away from him? How long had you been together? This sounds like a situation where a much older guy convinced a lady to put up with abuse because she didn't know what to expect in a healthy relationship. I was doing the triple burden, working, doing housework, handling childcare, and anything else child-related. I'm responsible for buying kids clothes, arranging playdates, DRS appointments, school events. Dave doesn't do any of these. He says I'm better at it. Well above or why Dave does not want you to leave. You're all those and a bang maid, it sounds like. You're the one who carried him and the family. By the way, how are the children? Are they doing fine? It seems to me that you've been doing it alone. So might as well start fresh. Don't return to him until he's proven that he's stable enough and has worked on himself by himself without having you to carry him. ETA. You're thinking of moving him in with you? After the charity gifted you money to escape that circumstances? I'm just confused. Why? No, don't ask him to move in with you. You went to a charity to help you and your kids. How much more is it gonna take for you to understand you aren't his partner? You're a life raft. You need a fresh start. That's why this charity helps people. Bringing the same lazy lump on a log with you? Kinda a slap in face to the people you went to asking for help. I don't understand why you could possibly even consider moving him in with you. I don't see anything he brings to the table, and it honestly seems rude to the charity that helped you escape that. How old were you when you met? Because the fact that you are already married to this guy with multiple kids is worrying. I've been this husband, more or less. The bargaining phase is strong and can be confusing. Listen to the words in your own post about how you feel now. Re-establishing the same relationship will not bring about any meaningful change. Move on with your life and live it for yourself. You are not responsible for his feelings of disappointment or regret. I wish you the best. It sounds like you've really been through the ringer and tried to make things work. But it really does take two to dance a tango, and he's not stepped up. Dave agreed to step up around the house. He started doing a bit of laundry and a bit of washing up. He also ran out of money, so I had to take out a large loan to cover bills. I've been paying for everything for the last 34 months. It's incredible you reached a point that you needed to take out a loan to cover things you really have tried, and having been in a similar position, completely sympathize how that's taken a toll on you mentally, as you likely fretted and stressed out like mad about it. He says he doesn't want to be without me. He misses me. He wants a future with me. He wants to fix this. It sounds to me an awful lot like he's pressing buttons he knows work with you in order to emotionally manipulate you into coming back, just so he can continue doing what he already has been. I also feel really guilty that he's so upset. I feel like I'm betraying him. And with the shoe on the other foot here, while I appreciate he's had a shish tea time, you know this concern isn't reciprocated. He has belittled you in front of others, despite knowing it's wrong and you not liking it, even when things were okay. He did absolutely nothing to help you. He doesn't look after his own, much less your mental health. He won't even take a lower paying, different job, just to help things at home. I'm struggling in this picture for you to show a single redeeming quality about him. Period. As far as I can tell, the only thing he's done is have a child with you and holding the relationship, household and childcare, etc. all together has literally been entirely up to you. The best thing you can do with yourself, your life and your offspring is to be done with this man. He had his chance. He's had all the time he's been with you, both in work and out of it, to improve himself. Step up, change, be better, and at every single last hurdle has failed. You already know the answer. If you want validation, then take it. But don't waste further time, money and misery when you have literally said you feel better being away and somehow are still questioning, should I go back to living in misery? Quote. Dave made, or rather didn't make, his own bed. You gave him every opportunity to step up. He did the bare minimum. What bothered me the most was his publicly belittling you. You deserve someone who lifts you up. That happiness you feel is telling you that you made the right decision. Hopefully Dave learns from this, but he probably won't. He had months to step up, and couldn't be bothered to do simple household tasks, letting you be the provider, cook, cleaner and child wrangler. Now suddenly he's willing to step up. He will indeed step up, maybe for as long as possibly 2 weeks, and then it will be business as usual. What does he do all day? My guess is video games. And how exactly are you planning on explaining all this to the charity? There are so many people that need help in this economy, and you're the one that got the help to get away from that lazy man. And you're really thinking about letting him move in with you? I'd be very careful if I were you. If the charity finds out he moved in, they could sue you for fraud, because it looks like you just wanted a new place to live in and for them to foot the bill. I'm sure they put together a lot of funds to give you significant help that could have benefited someone else in real need. It looks like you lied about your circumstances if you let him back in. At least that's what I would think if I were in that charity. If you did that and I found out about it, I'd be going scorched earth. You took funds from a charity to help cover your bills because your husband is a bum, and now you want to take him with you? So what? You can ask another charity for funds in a couple months? Why would you move someone in with you after they've shown you who they really are? He's not going to step up on his own. He's going to find someone else to do it for him. Dude, no. Do not trust him. He is only motivated because he can't rely on you to do all the work now. Do not give in. He is love-bombing you and telling you what you want to hear to make you stay. I promise you they are empty promises. Of course he doesn't want you to leave. You are supporting him and taking care of him. He gets to do nothing all day. And that is bad enough without even considering how he treats you. The way he belittles and embarrasses you in front of other people. He does it because he likes it, not because he can't help it. If he really cared, he wouldn't do it. That isn't how you treat someone you love. Do you want your kids to think this is what a relationship should look like? Because they will. At this point, I think the best thing would be a separation. You don't have to fully commit to a divorce or completely leaving him and never looking back. But let him know exactly how you feel. Lay out all the details and let him know that you need to see him make some major changes before you guys can live together again. It sounds like you like him a lot still, and you don't want to break up your family. You just don't like his behaviors. So I would do a separation and see if your expectations are met and his behaviors change, and if they don't, then you'll need to end things officially altogether with him. Good luck. I hope he makes the necessary changes and things get better for you all. Do you realize you didn't say one good thing about your husband in your post? You talk about how he doesn't share household responsibilities, that he doesn't participate in all that it takes to raise children, that he lost his job and won't take on a different job, how he may be depressed but won't do anything to help himself. Most importantly, how he belittles you to the point of your friends and family feeling uncomfortable and publicly embarrasses you. Then there's the age gap, which is significant. Sounds like you have outgrown Dave. You might stunt your growth and take him back. He might change, but probably not. A charity might not help you with your fresh start next time you want to leave him. Your friends and family might not want to keep watching you give everything to a man they dislike. And you'll notice distance growing between you. What would you be taking him back for? You don't seem to like him very much. He doesn't seem to like you much either.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.